Hi, I'm April from April B. Jewelry, and welcome to my studio for this episode of Sacred Stone Stories. Today, I'm really excited to be able to share with you some information about Moonstone. Now, Moonstone is often seen as a pretty milky white gemstone in jewelry, and the most predominant color for Moonstone is indeed white. It also does come in other colors, more readily peach and gray. And there are some other colors, but they are rare, they are only found in India, and therefore very prized and expensive. This is what a piece of rough moonstone looks like. You can see, as I look in there, you can see that little bit of luster that's inside the stone. But this is a rough piece of moonstone. It is not a pure solid white stone, but has different shades of white in it, which I think is what gives it its richness to my eye. Now, Moonstone has been affiliated with the moon for centuries, and in fact, as I was reading up on it, I found that in Hindu folklore, in ancient folklore, that it got its color, it was said to be made from moonbeams, hence the luster that you'll see in the stones. At the same time, ancient Romans also believe it came from the moon, specifically the moonlight. Moonbeams, moonlight. Now, who would think that ancient cultures, when there wasn't all this mass communication, were finding the same thing with this particular mineral? This may also be the modern connection of Moonstone to the moon. And it is said to be, with the cycles of the moon that going from the new moon to the full moon and back again. And I don't know about you, but I always love it when I can go out at night and see that pretty bright full moon up in the sky, as so many of us like to do. Moonstone is connected to Mother Earth, and when you think about the tides of water, and how all of this is linked to the energy that comes from the moon. Moonstone is thought to be a feminine stone, and again, in Hindu tradition, it is linked to the divine feminine principle. So it is definitely a woman's stone. And now when we think of the monthly rhythms and the monthly cycle of the moon, we also as women go through our own monthly cycles. Some are easier than others. And some we may find that we go through this hormonal upheaval, this imbalance, if you will, these emotions that just seem to pop out of nowhere, except the reality is that this is part of our natural rhythm. And so having Moonstone or wearing Moonstone can be that reminder to you that you are in part of your natural rhythm. And to be able to take those breaths and do what you need to be able to help calm and soothe you during this particular time. Now I have Moonstone in both white and peach jewelry. Let me show you the bracelets. The stones, this particular batch of stones was just really, really beautiful. That center one, you can see the milkiness and the little bit of a color that's in there. These stones are actually kind of an ivory. As I hold it back, you can see that it's a soft antique white type of color as opposed to that bright white. The peach moonstone is very subtle as well, muted. Okay, again, some nice luster to the beads that I had gotten this time. And you can see how beautifully they look together. Now the necklace I'm wearing is also filled with white and peach moonstone, along with freshwater pearls in a couple of different shapes and aquamarine. So I pulled out the aquamarine bracelet just to put it up for you to see how pretty and soft the three colors are together. When I made this necklace, I really thought of a woman getting married at the shore, and just how pretty in a very flowing white dress it would be to be wearing a beautiful wreath of pearls, which are gifts from the sea, along with moonstone and aquamarine. It is triple strand, 3 strands, and closes in this nice, easy to use clasp. It is sterling silver seashell shaped clasp. I have one other necklace in Moonstone that is a modern twist on a classic. The classic is that we have a single strand of beads. These are all white moonstones. I also included freshwater pearls, again a classic bead. However, I used modern shapes with the stick bead and the petal pearls in the dark blue, and I took that centerpiece and put it off-centered, again to give it a little bit of a more modern, edgy kind of flair to it, and I think it works really, really well. So if you are, because again, the idea of Moonstone being connected to the moon, if you are a woman who struggles with that monthly rhythm and that monthly cycle, some Moonstone jewelry might be just the ticket for you, so that as you're wearing it, you're remembering and reminding yourself that this is just part of your normal rhythm of life. You can find our Moonstone jewelry at aprilbjewelry.com. You can find these under the bracelet collection. So as we think about our natural rhythms, I want to share an affirmation with you as I take in my deep breath and let it out. And feeling that place of calm and that place of peace to be able to receive the words I'm about to say. I honor my body. I honor my emotional energy. I connect with the rhythms of my body and my emotions. I wish you an awareness of your own body rhythms. And should you find that Moonstone might be a good piece for you, check us out at aprilbjewelry.com. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful week.